So here we are, guys. We have marched through March. We're at the end of March 2019, and we have absolutely marched through it. Monday Motivation has, in my vision, in what I want for you, has changed your outlook on everything. It has helped you make the tough times easier. It has helped to make you stronger. It has helped to make you understand what really motivates you, the pain, pleasure, and how to harness that. Pain is not always bad and pleasure is not always good, but when you harness them properly, they will deliver. And sometimes the most painful things are the best things that ever happened to you in life. So somebody came to me the other day and said that, hey, coach, you're on this crusade of, motivate everybody, save the world, change the way people interact. And, really, people are people. They're just people. They want to be regular. And I thought about that for a minute and I was like, well, what is regular? Is regular a low standard of being? Is regular being just a regular okay parent, an okay employee? Is regular scraping by and, being able to kind of pay the bills and have a little left over and maybe take a Disneyland vacation after you save up for it for 10 years? If that's regular, no thank you. So what is your standard of regular? For some people, standard of regular is, 5 vacations a year, private jet, this, that, and the other. Other people, it's this scrape by mentality of never have a new vehicle, never have, maybe even own a home, never have, the dream vacation, just kind of get by and, kind of raise your kids pretty good and do a good job. And those kind of mindsets are dangerous. That's as bad as not giving a flying F and being a total screw up. At least you're doing it all the way. Now, do I recommend that? No. What I'm getting at here with this training is getting to that level of outstanding, about push, about having that growth that creates who you are at the best version of you. So you can be the best parent, you can be the best employee, the best business owner, or the best whatever it is you do. Now, does that mean you compare to the other parents and the other people, da 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 da? Well, you might use that as a guidepost, but frankly, the deal is comparing against your best. And this is what we're after. So yes, I am on this crusade about the power of why. The power of why is what drives you, your reasons why. And I know I used the letter with the quotes and it's cutesy and this, that, and the other, but it's so true. The power of why you're doing something will get you way further than any talent, any amount of money, anything else that you have. If you have a compelling reason why you want to do something, that will drive you harder. Now, do I say that you shouldn't get educated as to what you want, have a plan, take massive action, learn and grow? No, absolutely, that's all a part of it. But without the why, none of that has the same fuel. It's like trying to power a rocket on water if you have a wishy-washy why. It's not going to go too far. How about just plain old gasoline? Might blow up, might not get up to the stratosphere where it's going. Rocket fuel is what you're after. Well, rocket fuel is that level of outstanding push for yourself, outstanding behavior, outstanding level of action, outstanding level of belief. That's where it is. You need to stand out and above the norm, the regular. Regular is not good enough. Good is not good. Great is pretty good. There's a lot of great products and great companies that fail. There's a lot of great parents that their kids go wayward. It's those people that take it to the absolute best level up here that makes a difference. So your power of why is what's going to give you that drive to be outstanding or total greatness, whatever you want to term that word that makes you. So why am I doing this? Why am I bringing all this to you? Why am I spending the time to do this? Am I charging you for this? No. Do I offer paid coaching? Absolutely. in the grand scheme of things, but I love some of you who are getting value out of this to go, I really want to take this to the next level. I really want to bust through, and I really want to hire you, Lou, as my coach. Absolutely. Is that the whole reason I'm doing this? No. The reason I am doing this is to help you make everything in life better, grow, contribute, and really make things happen and help you to make things happen in your life. Do I think that, just these videos are going to change lives? Yes. Do I think that there's never going to be a time you're going to reach out to me for coaching because something is this painful or you have such a desire and don't know how to get there? Absolutely, I know you're going to do that. So that is, yes, I would love that, because that is what funds me to keep me able to do this stuff, is if people do take it to the next level, do hire me as a coach. But by all means, get a coach. Might not be me. Maybe you don't meld totally with me. I would hope so, but everybody finds somebody they meld with. If you're going to get a coach, make sure they hold you to a high standard. So back to the reason I'm doing this is, yeah, I want to change the world. Absolutely. If you flip on the news, and I try not to, look what's going on around the world. There is more bigotry, hatred, separation, and more fighting, excuse me, and disagreement than in years. We had a time where everything was kind of paralleled for a while. We did get it all together, and it's falling back apart. So yes, I would love to create an environment where people can understand and learn and grow and be more tolerant of differences, but also help people get educated as to certain things you don't do. I'm all about finding what religion works best for you and having a strong belief in your creator, as long as it's not a twisted belief that causes damage or injury in the name of your creator. And this is where some things get twisted around in any religion, in any socioeconomic group, where things can get out of line, and that's not how they were designed to be. And you look and go, oh, that must make so-and-so bad, or this group bad, or somebody else bad, because there's a few bad apples. And there's bad apples in every barrel of apples. If you pick apples and they sit long enough, there's going to be a couple of them that are going to go bad. And as they go bad, they can make others go bad. But the deal is, we're not focusing on the bad apples of each side of anything, is to starting to focus on what's great and how to build a stronger, more unified country, world, and place to be, where, some basic rules, you don't need 10,000 laws, maybe just 10, hey, maybe just the basic 10 might do it. Anyway, that's a whole conversation for another day, but the reason I am doing this is to get out to the world and help people understand more about their interactions with themselves, their coworkers, their spouses, their children, their parents, their relatives, total strangers, whatever it is, to help you get those interactions better. Because as you go through these programs, you're bound to get better with other people. You're bound to treat people better. You're bound to have greater understandings. Does it mean you're ever going to come across somebody you don't like, or you don't get along with, or that's hazardous or dangerous, and you're going to go, okay, nice carjacker, just put the gun down, let's be friends? You might try that initially, but it's probably not the approach. But there again, that's the exception. Not everybody that walks by your door is a carjacker or a potential carjacker, or however you want to relate that to any given situation. But the reality is the more we understand about how our psychology works, how our physiology affects our moods, how our spirituality affects all of it, the better we're going to be about understanding other people and why and how you can interact. Have you ever come across somebody who initially you absolutely thought was an absolute asshole who turned out being a friend of yours? I apologize if a little bit of frank language upsets you or offends you, but sometimes it is necessary. I'm going to tell you a quick story about that, and then we're going to go into what we've got coming up for April, and I'm going to set you free on this one pretty quick. So I'm going to Chase Bank, back when I used to bank with them, and this guy cuts me off, and I cut him off, and we each think each other cut each other off, and the fingers are flipping, and the yelling, and frankly, I was having a cruddy day. I was in the car business then, and I was going to the bank, and I had to hurry up and get there and make sure it was nearing the end of the day, and traffic sucked, and I could have come up with every reason in the world that I was an asshole to this individual who was being as big of an ass to me. I get in the bank and I'm standing there, and I'm out of the corner, bubble mirror, I look, and guess who's standing behind me? Well, I'm like, boom, 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 and then I'm going, yeah, he might get ba-boomed over the head, and he's behind me. He's got an advantage here. And I go through the teller, window. I do my banking, and he's almost walking out behind me. So I decided to stand at the door and wait. I was going to solve this. I was going to settle this. I was going to take care of business. But you probably think I was going to go, bam, jerk, pop, pop, pop. No. What it was is it dawned on me in that bank, I never want to feel like that in the presence of another human being, that number one, I don't want to turn around and make eye contact. Number two, that I was totally embarrassed by my own behavior. So what I did is I waited outside the door, and as he came out, he's looking like, oh God, here we go. I said, hey, my name is Lou. I want to take a second to introduce myself and also apologize for my behavior. I said, I don't know what happened back there. I think you cut me off, or I cut you off, and you thought I whatever. I said, but my behavior was really uncalled for, and and he goes, you know what? I was having a really bad day. I'm going through a divorce. Just got off the phone with my ex-wife, and he said, I'm not even really sure what happened, but I just knew you were the biggest asshole in the world. He said, and I gotta apologize. I had no reason to behave like that. I said, yeah, it was pretty uncomfortable in the bank, wasn't it? And we had a little conversation. Turned out to be a really cool dude. And I was like, hey, we shook hands, introduced ourselves, exchanged business cards, and turned something that was, each of us was the biggest a-hole in the world to, hey, you're a cool dude. We're both local business guys. We have a lot in common. What was that interaction about? A brief second of knowing he was the worst thing in the world and I was the worst thing in the world, because maybe we both went to get in the same lane at the same time. Maybe it was mutual. But both of us had other stuff we were angry about. Just as a point being, getting to understand the psychology, how your physiology affects it, and how your spirituality and your tolerance affects things is going to really help you in the long run to do this. So what you can expect for April, we're going to go right into that. This is kind of be an introduction for April, but hopefully that was really something useful for you guys to understand the direction we're going to take. So week one is going to be understanding the power of why and how to use it. We're going to delve a little bit deeper into that, how that motivates you and how to use it at all times, that purpose. Your power of why is really your purpose, is what it's coming down to. The second week, we're going to do strategic planning to win. How do you set this all in motion, and how do you set it up to win? And win doesn't mean win over somebody or win the game necessarily. Maybe it does. Maybe you got a game or a competition coming up. What it means is to win here. So when it's all said and done, you have satisfaction, not only a target. How many times have people set a goal and hit the goal and said, this is it? You get there and it's like, all right, now what? Yay, I made X amount, or I ran this race an X amount of time. But what happened that was great about it? Something you can take away from it. So week 3 is H1, why your health first is most important to anything you're going to do in this world. So H1 is week 3. 4 is understanding your team. And this stuff, you might say, I don't have a team. I'm a one-person business, or I don't have a team at work, or your family, your friends, anybody you interact with on a regular basis is your team. Trust me. And how does that affect? How can it make or break you? How does your team make or break you? Sometimes you say, well, my team's my family. I can't change them. You can't trade them in. But you can take the level of effect of certain behaviors or help them transform themselves. Can't force them, but you can help them. Week 5 is going to be how to balance it all out. We have 5 Mondays in April, so that's going to be killer, because we'll get to go to a point where we can balance it all out. So how do you put all of what we've taught this month and in the previous month together to build a lifestyle that rocks, to have what you want, to be able to get what you want, do what you want, and have that life? Yes, it's work. You're not going to just go, okay, this is what I want, and it miraculously happens. What does happen is you're going to jump into a mindset of gratitude, a mindset of outcome rather than what you got to do, and a mindset of appreciation and a mindset of contribution. When you get into that mindset, there's so much more to it. That's where all the satisfaction, all the gratification comes from what we're doing. And I got to apologize up front. It sounds like I'm a little hoarse and maybe I'm like gasping for breath. We did a major run today out in the jungle, and I did that extra push. I ran really hard and pushed over certain levels and stuff, and it actually triggers a little bit of a similar to asthma response where he kind of wants to push the air back out. It's not that, but so I might sound a little different today, but that was all in the name of getting ready for the next race. And the great part of it is I feel amazing. Here and here, I am like, yay. Do I feel like, I wish this would go away? I did my peppermint oil, and that opened things up, which is really nice. But yeah, apologies on that. But deal with it because we got a lot more coming up, guys. We've got an awesome month of April coming up. Stick in here with me on the lives. Make sure you're with us every Monday morning, 7:30 a.m. At Facebook /Revitalize Life on our fan page, or you can go on my personal page if you have that at Broadcast Dual. Then that replay goes on the blog. These trainings are on the blog. Make sure you start at the beginning. If you're just dropping in and this is the first one you get into, go back to Motivation 101 and work your way through it. It's worth it. It builds one upon the other. And I really appreciate each and every one of you spending the time to watch these videos. Please interact with me. Let me know what we can help you with. Let me know the stuff that hits home to you the most so that I can incorporate more of it. Some days you're going to say, I'm not really interested in this one, or this is boring to me, or this one's a hot poker in the ribs type of thing. Guess what? Some of those are the ones you need the most. So the ones that make you uncomfortable are the ones you need the most. The ones that get you excited are the ones that work great. But again, what we're not after is just the raw moment. We love the raw moment. Trust me, I love being at an event and rah, 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 or a concert. I love that feeling. And that's how I want you to live your life and feel. However, it's not all just about feeling raw. It's about teaching you how to take action, and it's how to teach you how to take action when it's not raw and you feel like dirt. All right, this is Coach Lou, inviting you to live with energy, passion, and make sure you're always living your dreams. RevitalizeLife.com is the website. Looking forward to connecting with you. Shoot me an email, shoot me a message if there's anything I can put out there to help you. Have an amazing day, and see you soon.